Good day. Welcome to The State. The State is a current affairs program on WTV where we delve into issues of national concern that affect individuals and our economy and every part of our lives. My name is 𝗟𝗓𝗘𝗓𝗏. I'll be back with the topic and the guests.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246-275375, 0240-154825, or 0244-596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi-Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known.
Ghana for Mama Dada yo. May the dead number. Dead spices are wood running in every Jasso. And you never know yet.
If we come your job away, no use dead spices. We don't go job.
Taste the inside. Yeah, the natural spices, Papa na
Noodles the way you go, dead spices.
Taste the
no dead spices. Baby,
Black tasting a chicken.
Kaji go. But dead spices here what Jenny say. Nanya good taste. If we say yeah the natural spices and yeah Ghana hey yao. Ani you want all purpose stew, noodles, curry and nutmeg and a jollof. Dead spices taste yummy, taste lemon. Dead spices taste gay inside. FDIG a jedi in kratoya.
Welcome to W Brief. W Brief is a segment where we give you an executive summary of the topic for the day. A few years ago, many Ghanaians, should I say many, some Ghanaians decided to make investments, and they went into this investment fund, made deposit, hoping that it will yield the returns that they needed. Then in 2018, the Security and Exchanges Commission shut down this company. You know about this company, Men's Gold, Ghana. Many people became affected. They were aggrieved. We hear some passed on to eternity. The state, through the Attorney General, prosecuted the matter. Then Men's Gold filed a no case. Yesterday, the High Court in Accra ruled that Men's Gold has a case to answer. They must answer to the queries. this afternoon, we are looking at the men's gold trial and the impact on affected customers and the remedies that are available. I'll be right back for the conversation with our guests. Stay tuned.
Sorry, not sure.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
Get ready for a transformational morning experience.
Sorena Shrine is here to build our spirituality, mental and physical well-being.
Through positive, inspiring actions and stories.
We bring you exciting activities and conversations that develop us as a people and as a nation.
We take a look at the trending issues in Ghana and the rest of the world.
And we also review the impacting stories from our local newspapers.
Every morning, we bring you stories of hope, change, and renewal.
We empower you through the Word of God and provoke you to live the purposeful life destined for you.
Join us, Anita Kwaku
and the Reverend 𝗟𝗑𝗪𝗘 Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we take you on an inspiring journey, live and exclusively on WTV.
You may also join us on Facebook at WTV Ghana and on YouTube at Wesleyan TV Ghana.
Sorry, not Shrine.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
Sorena Shrine is brought to you by
Danwell Insurance, Multi-Credit Savings and Loans,
and the Methodist University Ghana.
Praise God, praise God. Christ in tea, you respond, yeah, addition. I'm excited to announce to you, friends in the Lord, are you seeking for a platform where you can pray? Open baby up a soul bomb pie. Now ninyami edi in kita home. Bibi chiro so. And I'm na the same kum. And you're coming home. Let's go into the prayer room on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to meet seasoned ministers of God that God has raised to impact your life. Remember, John Wesley said, I have too much to do, therefore I spend several hours in prayer in able to do it. That is why we are calling upon you. Meet myself, Reverend 𝗧𝗵𝗘𝗃, and the Evangelism Missionary Renewal Directorate as we lead you into the prayer room where we encounter Christ. And I believe your life will never be the same. Call your friends or loved ones every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. where we will encounter Christ. God bless you. See you on our screens on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. God bless you.
Yen in church, Jumedia Sronqua, Methodist, Yasha at the air breb, in church, so you best sunya a dear, Afa, the Nim Efanyang Copon, yes, to Christo home, Kong, and a sunny to your Gidiamo Anamo, a bepens and pens, the Gidiano Fapem, Yen church, you be pisa, you best sunya, na you be home. Kayawe, na yen sunya the hour yen church, so yen church, Yama Gidiano at the hope pepe.
Meye mi fie Christian fie. Mema mi kun aye Christian ni. Na me mofra aye Christian fo. Mema mi fie aye Christian fie. Ban papam eye dwumadi a ekoso ewo WTV so. Kasa afa ekwaya ye tete ye mofra. Ekwaya ye befa so ama yaware ayefe ne yaware edimu. Efie entete anase efie siesie ene efie nkomodie mu nso yenya ento nchen. Into me to nsa frɛw sɛ hwɛ WTV na nneɛma pa bebree ɛwɔ WTV so enwumpa enkomodie papa nneɛma pa ɛbɛboa me ne omienu ɛne yɛmfie kɔso ara na hwɛ WTV.
Welcome back. This program is sponsored by Christian Service University. Christian Service University is an evangelical liberal arts institution established 50 years ago. And what they do is to train men and women with values for transformational leadership in Accra. Admission, the 2024-2025 admission is ongoing. And you can apply. They offer academic and industry-driven programs like nursing, midwifery, business administration, communication, and planning. You can check them on their website, www.csuc.edu.gh, or you can call them on 0246 275375, 0246 275375. We will meet our guests and we'll delve into the topic that we are looking at today, the Men's Gold trial, the impact on affected customers and remedies available. We'll be joined on the line by a private legal practitioner, lawyer 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗘. Who will take us through the legal terrain as it has been and the ruling of the court yesterday. Private legal practitioner, lawyer 𝗧𝗵𝗘𝗘 will join us online. And of course, we have a member of the Men's Gold or a member of the aggrieved customers of Men Gold also join us in the course of the program. He will be somewhat 𝗧𝗵𝗃 will join us. So we're having two guests joining us to discuss the Men's Gold trial impact on the affected customers and remedies available. Let's start with the legal leg of this discussion. So we'll go straight to lawyer 𝗧𝗵𝗘𝗘. Hello, lawyer, welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
And good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
First off, what are your thoughts? What do you make of the ruling yesterday, the trial?
Thank you very much. And good afternoon to your listeners.
Good afternoon.
And viewers, of course. Well, the process is ongoing. And as a lawyer, all that I can say is that I respect the court's decision. And so we will allow the process to continue until the final determination of the matter. Until that is done, we cannot predict the outcome. But at least we can talk about the submission of no case ruling yesterday.
Yeah, very well, very, very, very much so. We wouldn't go into matter what to the ordinary Ghanaian or to the ordinary person. What does it mean? What does the ruling yesterday mean? Can you walk us through?
All right. So a submission of no case is simply that the accused person or his lawyer was telling the court that the prosecution has not been able to establish a prima facie case against him. And so there's no need for the accused person to open his case or to mount the box. You know that in a criminal trial, it is the republic versus the accused person. And so a prosecutor is the one who does the case for the state in simple terms, as against the accused person. And so it is always the prosecution team which begins its case. If I say beginning its case, means that the prosecution will start calling its witnesses, depending on the number of persons you want them to testify. So one after the other, all the witnesses that the prosecutor intends to rely on will mount the box, makes its case. These days, they file their witness statements. So they will be cross-examined. Each of them is cross-examined by a lawyer for the accused person. Or if the person has no lawyer, he will do it himself. And so after the prosecution has finished its case, that is, after all the witnesses have spoken for the prosecution, for the state, the court on its own, or by motion from the accused person or his lawyer, will make a submission or an application to the court that, having listened to the witnesses, having cross-examined them, having examined all their documents or exhibits, it is their contention that they have failed to establish a prima facie case. That is, they have not been able to prove the ingredients of the charges against the accused person.
Okay.
And so there's no need for the accused person to even mount the box to open his case for him to be interrogated.
Lawyer Safo, not to button, but can you tell us what is it that the state, what is it that the state has brought against Men's Gold or NAM1?
Yeah, I don't have the charge sheet in front of me, but I believe that there are several charges against him. One of them is that he had no license to operate the business that he operated. And there are several of them. So those are the charges which have been prepared against NAM1. That he has fraudulently collected to boost money and all those stuff. There are about 10 or more. So he's standing trial for all those charges. So after the prosecution has called all its witnesses to testify, and then after the lawyer for the accused person has cross-examined them, they pray the court, or they apply to the court that they have failed to establish the cases or the charges against the accused person.
Lawyer Safo, if I may help the conversation by providing this information. So actually there are 39 counts. 39, right? 39. And this includes selling gold without a license, operating a deposit-taking business, inducement to invest, defrauding by pretenses, fraudulent breach of trust, and money laundering involving the sum of over 340 million Ghana cedis.
Yes. So all these charges have been preferred against NAM1. So after the prosecutor or the prosecution called all its witnesses to testify, it was the firm belief by a lawyer for the NAM1 that they have failed to prove the ingredients which establish all these charges. And so the court should, in simple terms, throw away the case or acquit and discharge NAM1. But in the court's wisdom, it says no, a prima facie case has been established against NAM1. And for that reason, it should prepare and mount the box and call his witnesses if he so wishes, so that the prosecutor can also cross-examine them for the court to make its determination.
So to the ordinary person being educated this afternoon, the legal battle has not even started by yesterday's ruling. It is now going to start.
It is simply that the state has finished its case. The case, in simple terms, the case has told its side of the story to the court. That this is why we charge him with offenses. So he should be punished or he should be convicted and sentenced. Now it is the turn of the accused person, that's NAM1, to also prove. Now the burden has shifted on NAM1 to also prove that he has not committed all the charges or any of the charges against him. So he's now also going to tell the court his side of the story.
The story. I see. So this may travel a long haul, I guess.
Depending on the number of witnesses, he can choose to call 50 witnesses or 1,000 witnesses. And all of them should be given a chance to mount the box for the prosecutor to cross-examine each and every one of them
The witnesses that
the witnesses that he intends to call.
Okay, the witnesses that 𝗵𝗲 soul chooses to bring, like you said, it could be more than. So if he brings more, is there a place the court can cap the witnesses? Or once 𝗵𝗲, I'm asking this in relation to maybe the aggrieved customers will be hopeful that once the trial has begun, in no time there will be a headway. But like you are saying, the procedure is such that if he presents more people, the trial will have to travel that length.
Exactly. Technically, there's no limit to the number of witnesses that an accused person intends to call. So as the state. So he has the right to call whoever he thinks can help him defend himself. And all of them will have to mount the box for the prosecutor to cross-examine them or to question them or to interrogate them until everybody has spoken for 𝗵𝗲. But 𝗵𝗲 will be the first person to speak or to mount the box. Or he can even decide not to speak at all, but will allow his witnesses to speak. So we have a long way to go. I can foresee 𝗵𝗲 calling several witnesses.
Interesting times ahead.
So it can take more than 10 years.
Interesting times ahead. Interesting times indeed ahead.
And don't forget that in the course of the trial, counsel for the accused person may even file applications on some technical grounds. And all of them can happen in the course of the trial.
And they might.
Anytime he files a motion, the court will have to stay proceedings and listen to the motion first.
Before it continues on the substantive.
Before the proceedings continue.
Wow. Well, some aggrieved customers were jubilant with the ruling of yesterday. But the picture you are painting suggests that we are now beginning.
Yes, they shouldn't jubilate at this stage because it is simply that the court in its wisdom believes that a case has been established against 𝗵𝗲. That is in the opinion of the court. But we wouldn't know the evidence that 𝗵𝗲 is going to put forward. Depending on 𝗵𝗲's evidence, the court position may change after they have given their case in the final determination. Now, this is the side of the state, of the prosecution. 𝗵𝗲 has not spoken. So he may rebut all of those things for the matter to go in his favor. So we have to wait.
And then, lawyer, but look at this situation, the reality we have seen on TV, people crying, families saying they invested here, and it is glaring that 𝗵𝗲 took their investment and it has been collapsed and they can't get it back. Why this legal, should I say, high jump and gymnastics? Must we travel through, or can't the system just acknowledge that this is it? People have been affected and rule.
You see, my brother, we are a democratic state. It simply means that we are governed by rules and regulations. And the Constitution says that an accused person shall remain innocent until he is proven guilty. So as we speak now, the presumption is that 𝗵𝗲 has not committed any crime until he is allowed to also mount the box with his witnesses to be cross-examined, and then after the full trial, if it's decided in his favor or otherwise, then we can make a conclusion. But for now, the Constitution says that 𝗵𝗲 is innocent. He has not committed any crime. It is only a charge against him, and he has the right to defend himself. I
see. So, Lawyer Safo, this is a criminal procedure or proceedings that has begun. There's a likelihood that there could be the civil proceeding too. So must they come together after criminal? Is it by default that we have to travel the civil proceedings too? Does it work like that?
Yes. There's no bar to the institution of a civil action. They can take a civil action. And it will be determined on its merit.
I see.
Except that it takes a different form. In a criminal trial, at the end of the trial, if he is found guilty, he is convicted and sentenced to say a jail term or a fine. In this case, it cannot be a fine. But in a civil trial, you're only going for some damages or whatever, or for recovery of your money.
Yeah.
And that is different from the criminal trial. So they are not bad from instituting a civil proceeding against him. the two can run at the same time, even in the same court.
Do we? This one I want to take a hypothetical jump and see that. So after this process, do we? I'm trying to be in the shoes of the affected customer. Do we foresee a possibility where they will get their monies back?
Well, the court has the power to do everything if it's in line with law.
Okay.
As we speak now, you cannot predict the outcome of the court proceedings. But it has always been difficult for somebody to recover money, because even after going through a civil trial, a civil action, it is ruled that those customers can claim their money from 𝗟𝗏𝗏. If he refuses to pay and they cannot get any property or any bank account to guarantee or to charge the properties, to work in a free man. That is why the law says that let the buyer beware. Before you pay money to somebody, you need to be extra vigilant, extra careful, because if you want to recover it, it will not be the same way. If somebody owes you, you go to court in a civil trial, the court decides that yes, you should pay the amount. That is the end. You have to take steps, look for a property or a bank account to attach. Otherwise, the person will be working a free man.
I see. Lawyer Safo, this is an election year, and we know in Ghana, election years are somehow cocoa season for you to extract your pound of flesh from whatever quarters because of your vote. There have been instances where aggrieved customers have called on either the presidential candidate or the sitting president that do something for us, get us our money, get us our investment, men's gold, before we vote. Does it fall in line with the legal procedure? Is there any wisdom in that?
Well, if the government decides to do that, it is up to him. This is a country that has been rated as a junk economy. It means that we are deeply in the hole. So looking at the amount involved, I don't think that anybody, either the president or any of the opposition candidates, will even attempt to pay. Because
pay back.
The country is on its knees. We just went to the IMF, and then even the amount is more than the last one you received from IMF.
From IMF.
So how can we even make an attempt? I see that to be highly impossible.
An impossibility.
In any case, who even what is the guarantee that if the government or whoever pays, those customers will vote for you? It's a serious issue we are looking at, both from the legal lens and the reality as it stands now. So you will advise the customers, the aggrieved customers, to trust that the state will defend their cause, isn't it? Yes, now the state has brought this case. Whatever it is that they have, any evidence that they have now, they have brought everything. So until we hear the side of 𝗟𝗏𝗏, to be able to compare or analyze, we wouldn't know whether the charges will stand or 𝗟𝗏𝗏 has something in his sleeve to, as it were, in simple terms, rebut or counter the charges. So let's listen to a side, because it's a two-sided affair. Okay. We have listened to one side. Let's wait and hear from the other side.
I like the bit about let's wait and listen to his side. So after the court ruling yesterday, 𝗟𝗏𝗏 spoke to the press. Let's listen to 𝗟𝗏𝗏.
The Republic for creating an enabling environment for us to be able to, go through the legal, process. We thank the security services for the security they have provided from then till now. I mean, it's been 6 years. So today, yes, we had some acquittal, we had some gains, we had some acquittal, and then I would say a huge chunk of it has been dismissed, which is fine. We disagree, we very much disagree, but it is worthy of note that the disagreement does not in any way erode our confidence in the judiciary and in the courts. Yeah, so I mean, I would speak with the defense legal team, you know, and then we would consider and then explore all necessary rights to redress, you know, under the parameters of rule of law. So, I mean, it's a win for Ghana, it's a win for rule of law. You know, we have always maintained that we are not guilty, and we still stand by that. And listening to the lengthy ruling, certain keywords were very, you know, essential, and they were like consistent. So, for example, there were words like presumption, we presume, it appears, it looks like, it seems. What that tells me is that it's just like, you know, viewing it from on the face value, right, and not necessarily going into the fact of the matter. So I wouldn't also want to go into the merit or the demerit of the matter, because this is just the prima facie, which is like looking at it on the face value. So, well, it could be a mirage, and this is just one, you know, person sitting down looking at it. So yeah, once we disagree, the law permits that we can always take it to, I mean, an appellate court, or the, I mean, the legal remedies under, you know, a legal dispensation can be exercised. And so we would go back to the drawing table, you know, in an attempt to defend ourselves, and then to affirm and then proclaim, get a court to proclaim our innocence to the whole world. We would explore all the legal remedies, you know, under, you know, the law. We think that it is not like, I mean, I read in a section of the media that says that we are afraid to open. No, nobody's afraid. You know, from 6 years, 7 years, we have been here. All right, we have subjected ourselves as law-abiding citizens to, you know, the what the law says. You know, all through from the circuit court now to the high court. So yes, but of course, the law permits us to exhaust, you know, certain our right of redress, and it is for us to waive that right or, you know, exercise it. So yeah, we'll go. I cannot, you know, decisively stand here and then say that we are going to do that, but I have to speak to my lawyers, and then we can come to that conclusion or otherwise.
So I presume that the last 6-7 years have been very challenging.
So when it becomes, if we exhaust all the legal remedies, I mean, of redress, and it becomes inevitable, right? It becomes inevitable that we need to open the defense. Why not? We are law-abiding citizens. We are subjects of the states. You know, we are not above the states. We are humble citizens, all right? So we'll gladly, enthusiastically open the defense. And then all of you would hear what I have to say with respect to the charges that has been labeled. But as it stands right now, we are not guilty. All right. And I mean, that is instructive and very cool.
Welcome. That was 𝗟𝗓𝗏 after the court ruling yesterday. 𝗟𝗓𝗏, Nana 𝗟𝗜𝗓𝗏𝗘, saying that he will rely on every legal remedy available to prove his case, no matter how long the haul.
As I was saying, I can tell you that he's going to mount a very strong defense, full of technicalities. If you could hear him say, the ruling contains words like, I presume, it appears, meaning that the judge has not made any conclusive statement. He is only basing a ruling on what the prosecution has said. And it appears that he is happy with proceedings so far, and he's so confident. And so the advice I can give to the customers is that if they have any hope of getting their money soon, that they should put on hold that dream. It's only a dream.
The confidence he exudes, it's what I am just smiling about, and at that he is so much confidence that legal remedies are available. Like you said, he can bring in so many technicalities.
He can file an application. If it is dismissed, he can go to the Court of Appeal, up to the Supreme Court, for that application to be determined before the matter continues. Then don't forget that one thing that is very key in criminal prosecution is that the standard of proof is beyond
reasonable doubt.
It means that 𝗟𝗏𝗏 and his defense team, if they're able to create any doubt, then the law says that he should be set free.
The point to prove the reasonableness of the case or the charge, it's a very daunting one, I guess.
Very daunting. It's beyond doubt, beyond reasonable doubt. So if they're able to raise some doubts then it goes in his favor. So criminal prosecutions are highly technical and unpredictable.
So lawyer, in criminal proceedings, like you have mentioned, in the event that reality tells us, we are saying that the action has taken place, people's investments have been lodged with him, and then there's the legal procedure that we need to go through. You mentioned that it is likely, or it is possible that if no strong case is made by prosecution against him, he can walk a free man. When you look at maybe legally he being declared to walk a free man, do you look at society to the reaction? What could I am yet to see the reaction of the people towards the.
No, you see, law should be separated from morality. We are all being governed by the rule of law. That is why the state is prosecuting the matter against him. It means that it is rather the state that has all the resources. So if an individual is able to defend himself against the state with his meager resources as against that of the state, and is acquitted and discharged, I don't think anybody is really make noise because the state has all the things at its disposal.
A disposal, all the
and
forces.
The law is that the principle is that he who asserts must prove. As we speak now, you are basing your argument on what people have told you, the videos you have seen. Now we are saying that come and prove in court that you paid this and that money to this on that date, that he does not have a license. So it is now the burden has shifted on him. Initially, it is the state that sent him to court. So the burden was on the state
to prove
that he has done this and that. Now the state has closed this case. It means that the burden has shifted on 𝗟𝗓𝗏, that is the accused person, to also mount his defense to prove otherwise.
I see. So in the event that because the state produced receipts to prove that indeed people lodged funds or investments with him, all this will go through every stage for the state to prove.
What if his lawyer is able to prove that one of the receipts is fake, or the receipts are fake? They were not issued by the company, but some agents who are not workers of the company.
It is possible. So at this time, the state has the responsibility to protect him. I'm coming from the uproar that came with it. So the state protects him till the whole process is over.
It is the responsibility of the state to protect every member, every citizen of the country. And if there is a matter like this, then it means that that person needs more security than an ordinary citizen. So, yes, it is his right that he is protected, just like any other citizen of the country.
Lawyer, thank you so much. I think the education has come down, like a friend would say, has come down to our level. The ordinary person has really understood the legal process. What would be your final take, your final words on this subject?
Well, I will only advise your listeners and viewers that the law is clear. That before you make any payment or before you enter into any transaction, you need to be extra careful, extra vigilant, because of the nature of our judicial system. Now the customers are crying, but because of the rule of law, you can't force someone to give you anything. More so when you have lodged a case with the state and the matter is pending in court. You have to wait until the matter is determined. So whoever is listening to me now, the advice I can give is that don't part money if you are not sure of the transaction. Otherwise, you may end up laughing at the wrong side of your mouth.
Thank you very much, 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗘, for your time and for the insight that you have given us into this legal realm. So that was lawyer 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗘, private legal practitioner, helping us with the. We'll be back to talk to an aggrieved customer right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246-275375, 0240-154825, or 0244-596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi-Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known.
Nyansa, it's Shannon Peninano, and I am Peninano. The baby Biara and Penifuashia. Na yesaya dwene no ne open nyansa no oben wa ode agudie kira dwene mu agudie ene kofie penu yesaya dwene nsemu mu odo nsempolo nsemu a yetie bobra ekoyie frase efifirito ne open nyansa no omengwankwa enu yase ne mpani so ayadwene ne be yishira amano ene ni chirima yada mo ase
ja impanyini inso ayadwene jemre na hweyen memninde ne memninde bia anopa no wotwe wo Wesleyan television so.
Welcome back. We are joined on the line by a member of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold Ghana, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗃𝗓. Sammy, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Very well, very well. First off, let me start with you. Yesterday's ruling, how did you take it? The news, how did you first take it?
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity to extend my greetings to the viewers of Western TV, and thanks for
we lost him. We lost 𝗟𝗵𝗃𝗘. The line dropped. We'll raise him back online. So we've been looking at the legal ramifications of the ruling yesterday. So I was engaged on the line with a lawyer, a private legal practitioner, who walked us through. And all he's saying is that the process is just about beginning. We have Sammy back. Sammy, welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're making a point.
Yesterday's ruling from the judge was very, very happy. All the men's gold customers in Ghana were happy to hear that pronouncement from the judge.
Wonderful. I like the bit you said that all members of the Men's Gold Coalition.
The coalition.
Can you tell us how many are you? What is your membership? Are you able to tell us?
Men's Gold customers in Ghana at the moment, I think, the registered one, the one we know, is about 45,000 customers.
45,000.
Yes, please.
45. And what is the nature profile? What kind of people are you? Can you tell us people who are affected?
Affected, I think, I'll say, I think the last time we presented our petition at the Jubilee House to the, the Director of Operation, Lord Kobe, I think he said, when it comes to he said Jubilee House here, almost 90% of the people here are Men's Gold customers. When you go to Parliament, the last time we had a meeting with the Speaker, he said, I'm aware almost 60% or even more than that of my people here are Men's Gold customers. So when we talk of Men's Gold issue, it's not about the ordinary people.
You mean parliamentarians, judges,
doctors. You can go on and on and on.
I see. That is interesting. So many people from different backgrounds invested.
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Sammy, are you able to tell us? So if you have seen the portfolio, the caliber of people who are there, can you give us a rough estimate of how much how much is involved? The amount.
The amount.
Because I spoke when we spoke with a lawyer a few minutes ago, he was saying that the amount will be very huge. That if you don't even take the IMF.
I know a friend who has 6 million Ghana cedis, $6 million with Men's Gold, $6 million with Men's Gold, and I can go on and on. When you come to my area where I come from, when you come to Takwa, Takwa, the issue came to meet our redundancy. So most of the affected customers in Western region are workers from Goldface, Anglo Gold, Golden Star, and so on and so on.
So many people, like he mentioned, the quantum or the amount involved, it's going to be problematic. We lost Sami again. Sami is telling that they were then redundant. So you can imagine that they had received huge sums and they had invested it in this fund, hoping that it's able to accrue some profit and investing for them. Sami, you are back. Continue from where you left off. So you were telling us about the amount that could be involved.
The amount that's involved is very huge, and I cannot even mention it because from our coalition, I'm the chairman for Western Region, and from with the membership of over 10,000. Just recently, that police headquarters, I think the FFU, requested for our document. I think when it comes to Takwa, we have people with 43 billion, that is the old currency, which is 4.3 million new Ghana cedi. We have people with 25 kilos, people who went there with gold, raw gold, 25 kilos of worth of gold to Men's Gold. We have people with, I know somebody who have $6 million with Men's Gold. $6 million with Men's Gold. So when we talk of Men's Gold issue, the monies involved, my good brother, it's not a small money.
Forgive me not to really rig old wounds, but Sami, can you share with us when first you heard about Men's Gold?
Initially, when the whole thing came, I was afraid. So me, I always said I was motivated by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana. The first time I saw, our former GFA boss went to Jubilee House with Nana Prime Minister, presented to Nana Addo that, presented him to Nana Addo that is the one who is coming to sponsor our Premier League. And after I think they had some lunch, and I heard Nanado asking Ghanaians to patronage young entrepreneurs like Nana 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓's business. So that motivates me. And I remember there was a program at 𝗬𝗓𝗪𝗓, and Fred Owale, who is the board chairman of Men's Good, on before Asante, telling the whole people, Ghanaians, that Men's Good and xylophone, the man or the person behind it is Asante. So if Asante is behind or support this idea, then I don't think it could be a scam or something like that.
Great.
So that motivated
you.
Yes,
That's
to get the scheme.
Thank you, Sami. So just before I let you go, what do you think is the way forward?
The way forward is we are praying to God that He should help us to get our money. We've sent several petitions upon petitions to Jubilee House. Nothing has come out from it. We've had two meetings with Speaker of Parliament. He promised to establish a committee to look into the matter for us. Up to now, we've not heard anything from him. So what we are saying at the moment is that the court is what we are all looking after, because we think the executive has failed us, the judicial has failed, the legislature has failed us. So we are now looking for the judiciary.
Okay.
That at least they should give us a fair judgment.
Okay.
A befitting judgment.
Great.
Because as I'm speaking to you now, if I'm to tell you the number of people who have died, you will marvel. Tapa here at the moment, Tapa here, just from January to date, when we come to Tapa, we've lost almost 25 customers.
That's okay. Great. That's we'll thank you. We'll thank you, Sami, for joining us and making time with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We've been joined by the convener for the convener. He's also the PRO of the aggrieved Men's Gold customers of Ghana. Yes, so we have the convener and the PRO on the line, Fred Forson. Fred, good afternoon and good to have you online.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, I need to apologize. Unfortunately, where I am, my network is not helping me. That's why, as we agreed, I could not join at the
right time. That's okay. Our viewers and listeners have pardoned you. So let's just quickly take your thoughts, Fred. How did you take the news yesterday when it came on the ruling of the High Court?
Well, I think it's first of all, it marks a giant step towards the attainment of securing justice for the victims of men's good, of which I am inclusive. It's also a ruling that will help us to sort of get accountability. By this, what I mean is that Nana 𝗟𝗪𝗪 will, if he elects to do so, mount the witness box, and we, through our lawyers, i.e. the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, to have him interrogated to find out where our monies are. Because it is very strange that after almost 6 years of the collapse of the company, Nana 𝗟𝗪𝗪 or 𝗟𝗪𝗪 in Men's Gold and Brew Marketing Company have not been able to pay our money. And because of, as a result of their failure and inability to pay us, it has led to the death of over 225 customers, 5 of whom committed suicide. And so the ruling by the High Court yesterday welcome this for us, at least I will have 𝗵𝗲𝗦𝗁 answerable to some of the issues that are begging for.
Okay. So you, the aggrieved customers, your joy is that you have him respond to all the charges that have been pressed against him. Fred, sure. let me ask you quickly. Are you able to tell us your membership? How many are you? What range are you in? Can you tell us?
Yes, we do not have the details or the data on all the customers, but for the coalition of aggrieved customers of Men's Group, what we have is in the region of 10,310.
I see. What about the quantum? Have you done any mathematics? Are you able to estimate how much you are owed?
Sure, we have a data and working data, and the money is within the region of 780 million Ghana cedis.
780 million Ghana cedis.
Yes, 81. Yes.
I see. We spoke with a lawyer, if you followed, whilst you were trying to join us, and he is saying that we are in for a long haul. Though you are optimistic or you are very excited that 𝗵𝗲𝗦𝗁 might mount the witness box and then you ask him your questions. He said the legal procedure has just begun and it could take years.
I believe that from where we got into, the prosecution has closed its case. What is left is for 𝗵𝗲𝗁 to open his defense. And looking at the timetable the court has set for itself, I don't think this ruling will go beyond. But for the legal vacation, which starts after 31st July, I don't think this case will go very far. I am only waiting for the 23rd July that we shall go to court. From there, that we will know the actual timetable, because we are going to do another CMC, that is the case management conference. Then we know the number of witnesses that 𝗵𝗲𝗁 is going to call. Then from there, the court will put that into consideration, look at the number of hours who ask the Attorney General on each witness, how many minutes he's going to spend, and the court will do an arithmetic of it and will fix the date, the number of days it will take. This is an expeditious trial. We have the daily trial one, so the court would surely expedite it. But what we are calling for after yesterday's ruling is that we want the cross-examination of 𝗵𝗲𝗁 to be telecast live. Because apart from being victims, we do not expect a repeat of another Men's Group in the future. We want the nation to take key lessons from this. We want the nation, the episode of Men's Group, to inform future governmental actions that never again should we allow ourselves as a nation for another scam to be packaged as a scheme to the people of Ghana. Never again should we allow that.
Good. I can sense and feel the emotion in your voice, and but I also see the optimism that you see that the process will definitely follow its due course. And then can I say you are optimistic, you are hopeful for a better outcome?
Sure. We know that at the end of the day, justice will be delivered. That's why we are very sure of it. And we know that the only forum for the delivery of justice is the court. And so we are very optimistic that justice will be delivered. What we do call on the government to do is that we already wasted 5 years at the lower court. And so we ask the government to ensure that Men's Group customers are included in the recently announced 1.5 billion bailout package for victims of affected customers of the banking sector. Mind you, we are duly affected. We were affected during the cleanup exercise. And also, from 2021 to this, We have been paying a certain tax called the Financial Service Cleanup Tax. And so it will be discriminatory on the part of government to pay other people other than Men's Good customers. And we will not, I repeat, we shall never ever allow this thing to happen. We have intimated that on 7 December, the voting that we are going to do will be based on our money. So that's why we have not made to it, and that money is not negotiable.
Good. So Fred, I get your point strongly and understand and feel with you. What would be your last words on the subject?
I want to use your medium to urge our customers to remain calm and resolute. We are following a certain script. It is necessary we go through this process of the criminal trial to ensure that we discover and recover our money. So as we keep on telling them, yesterday I was told, and I've listened to the audio, that Anwar says that he has an agreement with the police to pay the money. We want to encourage Nana Pemisa to bring up the rest of the money. I'm sure he heard and felt what happened in the courtroom. The judge, after reading the charges, he goes ahead to read the sentencing regime attached to each charge. And I'm sure by now he has an idea. In the event that the court meet out sentences, he knows how it's going to go. He should act fast. The court has encouraged him to take advantage of the plea bargaining arrangement under the law. Even though this is a criminal trial, nothing stops him from bringing the money and paying off the money that's an issue.
Okay.
He can go ahead and continue to pay the money. Then the court will take judicial notice of him and know what to do. So I want to encourage our people that we are following the right process, and at the end of the day, something is going to come up out of it. For National Authority Intelligence, we have realized 5.4 million Ghana cedis, and that is reassuring enough. It's an indication that our money is not lost, and we will surely discover all the money and recover anything.
We will thank you very much, Fred Forsin, convener and PRO of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Good Ghana, for joining us in this conversation. Viewers, we have been looking at the Men's Good trial, the impact on aggrieved customers and remedies available. We have been joined in the discussion by private legal practitioner Duku Safo. He helped us by shedding light on the process as it's going to travel, and also a member of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers, and finally by the convener who we just spoke with. I have been your host, 𝗧𝗵𝗃𝗦𝗃. The State is back on your screen on Monday. Make a date with us.